you've got highlights from the Smyrna-Cookeville game this past Friday night. Smyrna pulled that one out 42-17, big region 2-6A matchup. John Turner, 17 of 23 for 284 yards and 4 touchdowns, including that one there. Also rushed for a couple of scores in that big Bulldog win. Blake Watkins also 167 yards rushing and receiving as the Bulldogs improved to 6-2. So Smyrna staying around the top of Region 2-6A with that victory. I'm Maurice Patton along with Brad Hopkins as we continue with the Zander Insurance Countdown to Friday. Brad's going to give you a little bit more information on this scholarship that we talked about.
Yeah, this is the Zander Insurance Countdown to Friday, not Countdown to Kickoff. Too many shows, doing too much there for a second. Yeah, to kind of clean up that last segment, we wanted to get out there the fact that the Zander Insurance Group was sponsoring a $20,000 scholarship. Had limited time to do that, but here's some more information about that. The recipient is basically not required to play football, but must be a full-time student with a minimum of 12 course hours every semester. Also, the scholarship funds will be paid $5,000 increments per year, and that's each August, as long as the recipient maintains a 2.5 GPA each year and graduates in 4 years. Okay, none of that 8-year plan, right? Anyway, get into that some other, yeah. Scholarship finalists will be required to submit school transcripts to verify their GPA, so no hinky stuff, we got you. And the funds will be paid directly to the university for tuition, room and board, and other related expenses. Now, the Zander Insurance Group recipient for 2017 will be announced Wednesday, February 15th. That's in 2017. The deadline for your nominees is December 30th of 2016. So it must be submitted by a coach or principal. Obviously, you got a 500-word essay telling us why you're deserving of the scholarship. So submit your essay by mail or U.S. Post. You can go to dsacks@zanderins.com. That's dsacks@zanderins.com. Or you can mail one to Zander Insurance Group. Attention, Diane Sachs, 6213 Charlotte Pike. That's in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll put a graphic up there and let you know exactly more about how to get those information. Yeah, it's right there. How about that? How cool is that? Ask and ye shall receive. So anyway, so now it's time for our Price Point Furniture state rankings.
Where the price is the point. You're right. You're running it too close together, and I can't get it in there.
Here, I'll try this again. Price Point Furniture.
Where the price is the point.
I know that's right. State rankings. You like that, Tony? All right. I know that's right. It's all about the pacing. I'm just doing too many words in there. But either way, we love to look around at some of the schools that are actually making moves. But like Mo and I were talking about before the show started, these teams, if you're good, you're good. You stay right where you are.
There aren't a whole lot of moves being made. Yeah.
So it almost seems like Groundhog Day when we're starting out with our class ranking. Like here, how about this? Maryville in Class 6A is atop the division. I mean, is that the class rather?
Go figure.
Go figure. So Oakland is still hanging tough at number 2. And so is there ever going to be a situation where 2 has the opportunity to take over number 1 because neither one of these teams seem to lose?
Probably not, because here's the deal. Once the regular season's over, the rankings stop being compiled. So they don't vote on them once the playoffs start, because you get to decide it on the field.
Yeah.
So, and unless something really out of the ordinary takes place this last couple of weeks, Maryville's going to finish 10-0, so they're going to be number 1.
Hey, you were talking about number 5 Franklin versus number 7 Mount Juliet. There's a lot on the line in that game. That's a reg season game, isn't it?
That's big time.
No kidding, man. Either way, let's slide on down to Class 5A and talk about Independence. We were just out there.
We were out there a couple weeks ago, right before they beat Columbia this past weekend, 53-7. So again, just like Scott was saying, they're just continuing to get better and better every week. And their sophomore receiver, Kendrell Scurry, a kid who's already got a scholarship offer and is committed to the University of Tennessee, had 3 touchdown catches the other night. Really growing up over the course of this season, giving them just what they need, another weapon.
Yeah, just exactly. Right. How about Centennial coming in at number 3 in 5A? What?
Yeah.
Anyway, sliding on down to 4A, Steve Matthews has his Knoxville Catholic team always sitting pretty, and they're sitting at the top of the class right there. Pearl Cones at number 3. How about that, Tony Benetti?
Yeah, staying right where they were last week. Again, Marshall County's at number 4 also. Big game coming up this weekend. Maplewood at number 10 goes to Marshall County. Non-region game, but a big game for both those squads as they get ready for the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. So how about in Class 3A? Alcoa sits atop it. I'm not even going to try and pronounce number 2.
Sequatchie County.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There we go.
And Elizabethton coming at number 4. That's some pretty good teams
Stratford's
there.
at number 5.
How about that? Stratford at number 5.
Yeah. The Spartans playing pretty well. We had Maurice Fitzgerald on a couple of weeks ago, and the Spartans have had a couple of coast ball games last couple of weeks. They beat CPA 7-6. They beat Goodpasture 15-14, but they're winning.
That's the important part.
It
right?
is, especially this time of year as you're getting close to playoff time.
All right, Class 2A is up next, and Adamsville is up top of that. And then we're looking at Watertown. I don't know why we keep talking about Watertown all the time, but they seem to be hanging around one of those teams right there in the middle of that class.
Watertown's pretty good.
Yeah,
Forest is up there at number 3 as well. They got a first place vote this week, so congratulations to the Rockets out there in Chapel Hill.
Nice. Well, how about in Class 1A? As we take a peek, Dresden's atop the Class 1A standings. Columbia Academy checks in at number 5. And number 7, Jeff Brothers, our man down there at Nashville Christian School. He comes in at number 7. That's pretty good.
Hey, keep an eye on Wayne County. They're at number 3, moved up from 4 last week. They're 8-0. They've got a Mr. Football candidate down there in Preston Rice at quarterback, the coach's son. And Wayne County's not too far removed from a Class 1A state championship. So the Wildcats may be ready to make a run this year.
I know that's right. And finishing up our class rankings, I think we're at Division II AA, am I correct?
In the Division II.
Division II. MUS is a top MBA. MBA comes in at number 2. Brentwood Academy is at number 3. That's always pretty cool. And we were talking about programs that are down this year. Ensworth at number 7. Baylor at number 10 after Baylor suffering that loss. I'm surprised we didn't see Pope John Paul make an appearance in the top 10.
Keep an eye on Ensworth. This last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been playing awfully well. And we've talked about your boy, Nicky Clifton. I think the Tigers may be getting themselves in position to make a run here as we head into the postseason.
It's not like Ricky doesn't know what playoff football looks like or he's heading down the stretch what that looks like, right?
Not at all.
Exactly. So that's going to do it for our price point furniture.
Where the price is the point.
State rankings. And now let's slide into our pull-apart peak performers. Say that 3 times fast. I dare you.
No.
Pull-apart peak performers. Do it one time. There you go. That's all you're going to get. Okay, so as we were talking about our peak performers, and I find my notes here. They are. Let's start out with Giles County Junior quarterback John Backus. What did he do that's so news and noteworthy?
Well, he did it in a losing effort, unfortunately, but 28 of 45 for 430 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I'm sorry, did you say 400 and what?
30.
Okay.
30.
All by himself.
Well, and the guys that were catching it. But heck of a ball game down there at Pulaski Friday night. Again, Giles County and Page going at it. Big Region 4-4A game. Backus throwing it all over the place. A couple of touchdowns. But they go down 38-35. And part of the reason they went down was Cruz Kerrigan, Page's senior safety, who had 10 tackles, and he also had a 100-yard return of a missed field goal, a kick 6.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody was trying to email me the video, and I've not had a chance to see it. But yeah, Giles County tried a 47-yard field goal at the end of the half, and it fell short.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Cruz Kerrigan. Sounds like a football name.
It doesn't it?
Yeah. And at safety, Cruz Kerrigan. Yeah.
Sounds good over the PA system, I'm sure.
Really yeah. Hey, how about Overton senior defensive end John Ford?
John Ford on senior night last Friday night. He decided to put on a show. 9 tackles, 4 sacks, an interception that he returned for a touchdown, 2 pass breakups, and a fumble caused in Overton's 34-16 win over Ravenwood on senior night.
On senior night. So on senior night, they had a couple of guys that did some stuff worth talking about, right?
They did, yeah.
How about
Tavares Travis, the senior running back, 31 carries, 219 yards, and a pair of touchdowns again in that big Region 3-6A win for the Bobcats over Ravenwood.
All right, Marshall County had a junior that was doing some stuff down there too at running back. What was he like?
Cameron Liggett, he's been nice all year, and Friday night was no exception over at Spring Hill. 16 carries, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns. He scored from 47, 54, and 18 yards, but he wasn't done. He also had 3 catches for 80 yards, including a 76-yard touchdown in Marshall County's 49-12 win at Spring Hill. So that's what Maplewood's got in store for him Friday night.
I know that's right. Well, that's what some of the kids in our area were doing. That was brought to you by Pull Apart. That was our Pull Apart peak performers. I also like to thank Price Point Furniture.
Where the price is the point.
Yes, for giving us our class rankings as well. Hey, listen, when we come back, in studio. Former Centennial Cougar standout, former Vanderbilt Commodore standout, former Houston, well, not former, he's playing for the Houston Astros. Obviously, MLB baseball player Tony Kemp is joining us right here live in studio. So don't you go anywhere. When we come back, we'll recap some more of these games too. This is the Zander Insurance Countdown to Friday. Don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back.